me know when we're
Okay.
left foot, and we're not collapsing in that hip. We are in that hip, engaging the belly. And from there, we're just going to do a really slow this. And the goal is to keep our weight towards the center line rather than leaning out too much to compensate. However feels doable. And eventually practice with eyes closed, perhaps for little bits of time. Breathing.
Okay, you're ready to go.
Okay. Action.
Action.
Continuing with our warm-ups of the hip joint, let's take our weight to the right side and do the same thing. Slow, even movement. And we're still applying mountain pose to this position. That right leg, very active in the upper thigh, internally rotated. Belly moved back to the spine. Shining up through the heart. Good. Now, let's take our arms overhead, and as we gently look up, our belly fills with air, and our back, we go into a light back bend, leaning backwards. And then we come down, exhaling, our pelvis turns under, so our back is gently rolling. And continuing in this movement with our breath. My teacher would chuckle at me when I would do this because I would go like this and stick the weight in. And that's not what we want to be doing. Instead, we want to keep our bones stacked as much as possible, which often means having our pelvis stay a little bit back as we curl under, more like that. And now, we will get onto all fours. And for healthy wrists, we'll do a few movements for the wrists. So we're spreading those fingers, every single one fully on the ground, and we're feeling this nice horseshoe pad with a little space just underneath the base of the wrist where we can stick a pencil. So that upper part of the hand is very active, along with your belly. So here we'll do a few of these lizard push-ups. We can tune in to all the lizards coming out this year, this time of year. Breath flowing. This will strengthen our lower forearm for half handstand and other wrist intensive poses. And we're having this sucking motion from the base of our palm all the way up to our armpit. activating the whole arm and shoulder girdle. Good. Now we'll do a big inhalation. As we exhale, our tail starts to tilt backwards. Sacrum, lower spine, thoracic spine, and last, the cervical spine and the head. And slowly inhaling, starting with the tail, we come in to the cow pose. And this one, our head just looks forward when it comes all the way up. We're not jamming it back at all. And at your own pace. 2 more cycles. Yes, and your toes can be tucked under or back, however you like. Keeping those fingers active. And now, coming in to pass the weight onto your right knee and engaging that belly, reach that left foot straight back, streaming through the heel as you pass your front weight onto your left hand and stream through your front right fingers with your palm facing towards the midline. Breathing. Yes. And that back left thigh is very active. So if you can, lift a little bit there. Yes. Beautiful. Now we can come down to the other side. Before we do that, actually, let's just take a moment and feel the after effects and any difference. And we pass our weight to our left hip and stream back our right foot. And stream our left hand forward. Good, deep breathing. Beautiful. And coming down. And now, we'll come up onto our knees and step our right foot forward. And take a moment to gently lean forward, stretching that quad while maintaining the 90 degrees on our front leg. 90 degrees or more. And then, as best as possible, keeping the hips square and even, we come back, stretching those hamstrings. And forward again. Let's engage that belly and bend down from the hip crease. And put that left hand on the ground and gently twist from the belly over to the right, spiraling, belly, then heart, and the head last. And finally the arm coming up towards the sky. Very nice. And coming down. And switching legs. First, let's leave a little bit of extra space in that front knee. So that when we come forward, stretching that right quad, it comes up to 90 degrees. And we're buoyant in our hip joints. We're not sagging or collapsing. Thank you, quads. And backwards. The hamstrings, sometimes called the screamers. Ow! But they're so tight! Nice and gentle, loosening them out. Just turn that screaming into some sighing. And then back forward again into the twist. Maintaining that lower lumbar back without curling our back. So kind of sticking our butt up in that. And we can tell if our lower back is in proper position because our abdominal cavity will be unrestricted fully without breathing. So having lots of breath space down there in our abdomen as we start our twist to the left. Moving that belly up into the left corner. Nice and active. How's your neck? Is it loose? And your arm can come up last if you like. How's that right hip joint? Is it feeling good? And intending this nice broadness on the upper back. And we're feeling into that left shoulder joint. Are we jamming in any way back? Are we instead just streaming out from the belly, through the heart, and through the arm? Great, come down. Beautiful. And now let us step up at your own pace. Now, let's come to the front of your mat and have your feet as wide as the mat. And when we step our foot back, we're going to intend to keep our feet in this distance apart, like we're standing on a thin railroad. So, starting with the right foot, step back. And right here, let's lift that right heel off the ground so that knee can bend a little. And that gives us some space to gently intend our hips to be facing forward before we root that back heel into the ground. And we are really rooting through that back heel, the whole outer side of the back foot, before we bend our front knee. And bring the arms up. Extending a prana to the prana of the stars. Absorbing some of that healing energy. Buoyant lifting from that back heel in a straight stream up to our hands. We can gently look up. And breathing. Adding some fluidity as you tune in to the energetics and sensations in your hips, in your shoulders. Are your shoulders rolling down your back? And bring the hands to the heart and straighten the front leg. And step the right leg forward. And just sense, how does your hip like that? Breathing down into those hip joints. And let's take the weight to the right foot, and in the same way, step the left foot back, keeping the front knee straight at first. Again, bending, lifting that left heel off the ground, so you can bend that knee. And face our hips to the front before we root that back heel. And then bend our front knee. And in these poses, these warrior poses, we're intending our knee to be slightly towards the outer side of the pinky side of our front foot. And hands towards the stars. Feeling the exuberance of the beauty of the cosmos. And the pleasure of deep breaths. That whole back leg is nice and active. That back heel, that back thigh. And you can come a little more forward into your knee and see how that feels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Coming forward, back into the front of your mat. Now, we're going to do similar pose, but for a different part of the body. So, our feet together in the front of our mat. And we'll step our right foot back.